Good evening. I'm Dr. Chris Montague on behalf of the Blood Center Foundation of the Inland Northwest. Leukemia is a form of blood cancer which begins in the bone marrow where blood cells are produced. More than 60,000 people in the United States are diagnosed with leukemia annually. They often must rely on blood donors to replace the cells they struggle to create, and may require a bone marrow transplant to be cured. In the Inland Northwest, those impactful donations come from the passionate donors at Vitalant. The Blood Center Foundation of the Inland Northwest has provided educational grant funding for the awe-inspiring story you are about to see. It's about Vanessa, a vibrant, brave woman, wife, and mother who was diagnosed with leukemia. This is her life-transforming journey.
It all started February of 2017 when we got the call that I was diagnosed with leukemia.
Working as a medical professional, I've seen a lot of loss. I've seen a lot of sadness. I've seen people recover and people get better, but I've seen the full spectrum of it. When it was you, I didn't know what the outcome would be because I have seen every outcome out there, and so all those scenarios played through my head.
Watching you go through it, I saw the hurt. I knew that he knew the reality.
You were gone for...
I spent like 67% of last year away from the kids, and that was really hard.
Scary, and I missed her.
They had to knock out your system completely, to knock out the leukemia completely, each time with the chemotherapy, and then just wait and watch for your body to start doing it on its own again. But in the meantime, they had to get you through somehow. And so that required a whole lot of blood, a whole lot of platelets.
Platelets are small cell fragments that circulate your bloodstream. They're responsible for clots in case they encounter a tear in your blood vessel. These are important because it prevents us from losing too much blood in the event of a trauma or even a minor injury. Platelets only survive about 10 days in your body, so your bone marrow is responsible for replenishing them. We have patients that have bone marrow diseases such as leukemia, or they're undergoing chemotherapy, so their body is unable to produce platelets at a fast enough pace to prevent a potential life-threatening loss of blood.
I had internal bleeding that is a result of the intense chemo treatments that I was receiving for the leukemia. At that instance, we found that I required matched platelets.
We have patients that require ongoing platelet support or constant transfusions. They can develop antibodies towards donated platelets. So when a sensitized patient receives an HLA matched platelet, they're going to be able to respond to their transfusion.
Their platelets worked better for me, and my platelets were able to increase at a rate that they didn't see with the non-matched platelets. There was a shortage, and they actually did have to bring in units from another location, and it took about 8 hours before those came.
Having platelets on our shelves is incredibly important. It's even more important to have those platelets HLA typed in the event that one of our sensitized patients is in a trauma. We are incredibly grateful to our platelet donors. It's a huge commitment to come in regularly and spend time donating platelets, so it's an amazing act of kindness.
Without the blood, I wouldn't have been able to complete the chemo necessary to be cured from the cancer.
It's been over a year now. You're here. That's the best scenario I think that could have happened.